Let's make a cute DIY fox drawer using some tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start gluing these blocks together. You're going to want to glue 2 sets of 4 together and then 3 sets of 3 together. I'm going to add both hot glue and E6000 to this. The hot glue will allow a quicker hold, and then the E6000 will allow a stronger hold so it stays together good for you. So I'm just finishing up this last block. Then I'm going to take some stain. I'm using the color Dark Walnut in the Minwax stain, and I'm just going to rub it onto each block. And I just dip it in a corner of my rag into the stain and then rub it on the block and then rub it back off. So I get a lot of questions about these gloves. I get these at Walmart in the cleaning department. They're super cute and great for staining. So if you do a lot of crafts like this where you're staining, you're definitely going to want to get yourself a pair. So I'm just going to finish up this last one. I did have an extra block. You see that one I messed up when I originally glued this, but I fixed it in the video. So now I'm going to give these all a really quick dry. And then I'm going to add some petroleum jelly all over the blocks. So this is just going to help with the chippy wood look that we're going to do here in a second. Just randomly add it to your block. Don't overthink it. And then I'm going to take some white chalk paint and a cheap chip brush and just start painting my blocks white. Now with your paint, you want to be kind of as sloppy as you can with it. I know that sounds weird, but it's really going to help that chippy rustic look that we love so much. So you want it kind of thick and just dry it in between each coat. I'm just dry brushing over the ends here, and I'm going to give it a second coat once it's dry. And again, I'm just being kind of sloppy with it on purpose. And then I'm going to give it a dry. Then I'm going to take this scraper. This is a putty knife. You can get these with the drywall mud at Lowe's or probably any home improvement store. And I'm just going to start scraping all of the paint off. Well, not all of the paint off, just where the Vaseline was. So the Vaseline, the reason we put that on is because the paint won't stick to it. So then we can go ahead and scrape it off to give a chippy look. So I'm just finishing this up. And then I'm going to make sure everything is nice and dry. Once it's really dry, you are going to want to wipe it before we start gluing it together, or the Vaseline won't allow the glue to stick. So then we're going to start gluing together our box. And again, I'm using both E6000 and hot glue. The hot glue will just allow a quicker dry, or a quicker hold. And then the E6000 will allow a stronger hold. So that's why I use them both together. And I'm just going around and gluing the box. So you can see the 4 are in the front and the back. The front and the back are the four blocks, and then everywhere else is the bottom. So then I'm going to take a piece of foam and I'm going to cut it down, and it took me so many tries to get this foam cut down. I don't know what I did. I tried to measure it right, and then I kept getting it too big, but I'll use it for something else. So I finally got it after many attempts. I finally got it to fit in there, and then I sliced it so it sunk down a little bit. Next, I have this wood bead that I just stained with my Minwax stain, and I glued that in place, and then I'm going to glue my foam in place. Now I have these little picks. I wanted pine in here originally, but I'm really trying to use some of the things I already have in my craft room up before I get new. So I just added some Spanish moss, and then I added these picks into it, and we are going to kind of winterize it here in a minute. I'm going to add some berries to help with that. I think these berries, I want to say they came from Hobby Lobby. I got them last year, but they're super fun to craft with. So I'm just kind of sticking them in there randomly, and my bead fell off because I didn't allow the glue to dry before I sat it upright and started putting my berries in. So make sure you let it dry good before you move on. So I'm just going to add E6000 and hot glue again just to stick it back in place and hold it there. Once I'm done with that, then I'm going to take this fake snow to give it a little wintry touch. And then that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this fun DIY. For more crafts just like this, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.